in either of the community colleges that I've worked for.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, and I'm going to ask you some more questions about your work environment at SMC. How do you view yourself at work? And what I mean by that is, do you feel like on par with your colleagues? Do you feel like you're trying to kind of reach a different level? Do you see yourself a level above them? How do you view yourself?
I think I view myself on par. I think that all of my colleagues, especially in the journalism program, there's only 3 full-time faculty members, and then there's one adjunct that we have in the program as well. And for the most part, we all come from the journalism industry, so we all have a background in journalism. Okay. So while I think that I may have strengths where others don't have strengths, and I may have weaknesses where others don't have weaknesses, I think we complement each other very well. But at point blank view, I think we're all on par with each other. That's great.
And do you mind me asking, you said there's 3 full-time, 1 adjunct. What's the ethnic, racial background of the other 2 full-timers?
It's a female, she's Jewish. A male, he's Jewish. Those are the 2 full-timers. And then adjunct, white male, also Jewish. Wow, I just realized
that. What are your thoughts with that realization?
I think it's fine. At the end of the day, I think that, their backgrounds are very strong in journalism. And for me, like I said, I don't lead with race. I am a proponent of picking the best person for the position. While I think diversity is insanely important, especially in newsrooms and in the classroom. One, so that you have different points of view and different, backgrounds that you're drawing from for the students. And so students have, a diverse background of folks to be able to model themselves after, see themselves in. So for instance, the female Jewish full-time professor, she also has a pretty extensive background in Spanish language. So she's able to connect with some Latino students in a way that I can't connect with Latino students. So I think it's very interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
What would you say is your area of expertise?
I think digital media is a huge area of expertise for me, but also in teaching students, because I'm also the advisor of the student newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
And that was a role I also had at LMU, where I was the co-advisor for the newspaper, the television station, and the yearbook.
Wow.
So one of my strengths is really being able to connect with students and being able to grow them just beyond the classroom, teaching them things like soft skills, teaching them things like how to manage their peers, teaching them things like responsibility in a corporate setting. So I think those things are a very a huge strong point for me. I can usually connect with the students that I'm working with rather quickly. Part of it is because I look very young. So usually the first day of class, I'll maybe hang out a little bit on the side of the chairs before I go behind the desk. And I usually always get one student that's like, have you heard anything about this professor? And I'm like, no, you haven't? Have you heard anything? No, I hope she's not too strict. I know. And then I'll go up to the front and I'll be like, good morning, everyone. Welcome. So I think it helps that, they view me as someone who's not so far removed from, one, the industry, and 2, their age range, that it helps to be able to create those bonds quicker.
Absolutely. You've kind of alluded to it a little bit, but can you say a little bit more, too, about your leadership qualities within the department and on campus?
Yeah, so I was hired, let's see, I started a year ago fall. Okay. And I ended up pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So even though I've only been here for a year and a half, so far I've already taken leadership roles within the program and I'm on the Career and Technical Education Committee. I'm the co-chair of a subcommittee on marketing, and we're doing a lot of different programming and initiatives and projects to help with outreach and enrollment. On top of that, just doing things within the program to create more courses and expand the curriculum and creating kind of marketing materials that are easier for the students to be able to understand what their path is. So all of these things I jumped right in and started doing. Didn't have to. Some cases wasn't asked. Or was asked and said, yeah, of course. But that's me. I mean, that's always been my personality.
Okay, so you were like that even before you came to SMC.
Absolutely. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it 100%. I'm not going to do it 70%. I'm not going to do it 80%. If you get me, you get all of me. And so if I have the time and the bandwidth, I'll take on more. But I'm also that person that is very, I have no problem saying no. I have no problem saying, listen, love to help you, but I can't give you 100%. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to help you with this at this time.
And that drive, or that, like you said, I'm going to do it 100%, where do you think that comes from? Where'd you get that?
I think that was instilled in me growing up. I went to a private school growing up, and it was a college prep school. I went to an Ivy League school. I went to Columbia for undergrad. I got my master's right out of undergrad at the University of Miami. So I've always been an overachiever. Like, that's always been my thing, So, yeah, I was always taught, you work hard for what you want. And I knew that I wanted a type of life for myself and my family. And I knew that hard work is what was required. So you instill that in a child, and it'll follow them through the rest of their life.
So is it pretty safe to say you see yourself and you feel successful and confident?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I worked very hard to be confident and successful, so yeah.
I hear that. That's awesome. Right on. Can I ask you, in particular, are there any conditions under which you feel particularly confident, like teaching or advising or committee and governance work? I'm speaking specifically about at work.
To be honest with you, in all of those areas, I feel very confident in teaching. I feel very confident in advising students. I feel very confident in the work that I do outside the classroom, to advance, needs of the college, needs of any committees that I'm on, expanding programming for the campus at large. If I feel like I'm not confident in something, I figure out how to become confident in it. If that means I need to read a book, if that means I need to do research, that's what I do. So, it's rare for me to stay in that space if I'm ever in that space.
I get that. Can I ask you, do you have an example you can share of that, where you kind of did the research or did what you needed to do to get to that space?
Yeah, when I first joined SMC, one of the classes that I had to teach was Media 1, which is kind of like a media studies course. And so it wasn't necessarily my career background, it's my educational background. So I did a lot of research and media theory when I was in graduate school, but it had been a minute. So, looking at past syllabi for the course and seeing what other, professors had done, allowed me to, get acquainted with what the material could be. And then I took time to really do a little bit more research, in the main media theories that we needed to present to the students throughout the course per the course of record.
Okay.
And then for me, it was like, okay, now I've refreshed myself on the fundamentals. So how can I take this a step further? How can I present to the students in a way that they're going to not only understand it, but be able to apply it? So then for me,